Welcome to the Breaking Burnout for Nurses podcast. I'm Bonnie Kitahata, your host, and I'm so happy to have Carolyn Cahn, my resident podcast guest, back on my show. In the past, she's been on and talked about occupational health and also another episode on home health. And then we got to talking afterwards, and she mentioned something about tapping. And I thought, tapping for stress relief. And so I have tried that tapping, and it works. It's surprising that that thing will work. So anyway, I would like her to share that with you all, and it can help with stress and other things too, right, Carolyn?
A lot, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so first, tell us a little bit about yourself, your nursing background, and then we'll get started. And then tell us about how you got started learning about tapping.
Okay. So I graduated nursing originally in 1974, a long time ago. Did my 1 year of floor nursing, then wound up in the emergency room,
Mhm.
emergency, ICU, home health, occupational health. And I don't know how, but one day something came into my mailbox on the computer about tapping, and I had no idea what it was. So I looked
Mhm.
into it. And by that time, I'm certified in hypnosis.
Mhm.
So I was looking at EFT, and I found that
Wait,
it
what's
was
EFT?
okay. So EFT is tapping, and I was trying to remember what EFT actually stands for.
Hmm.
And truthfully, I can't remember. Um, but I'll explain what it is.
Okay.
And so what tapping is, it's the same points that people use for acupuncture or acupressure.
Okay.
And so they're the meridian points, and it's based on Chinese medicine, truly, that got them started.
Hmm.
They're using the same points of the meridian points, and when you're tapping, um, what happens is there's a physiological response. So there's a physiological response when you're actually touching yourself, and then you're also talking out loud. And so cognitively, people are hearing it. So you're using your kinesthetic, your feel, your audio, for those of us that hear, and your brain picks up on both of those. And it has a neurological and neurobiological base, supposedly, on reducing cortisol levels, and other things. So there's a
Amazing.
physiological effect that's been documented by multiple studies that it works.
And it does work. Okay, so it works for stress. And what are a couple of other things that you could use it for?
Oh, sleep, appetite,
Okay, great.
anger, honestly, any issue that comes up,
Okay.
you can tap on it.
Okay, great. So, I would like you to show us. Okay, so I know if you're listening on a podcast, you won't be able to see what we're doing, but I'll have you, Carolyn, talk us through it, and then it's really easier if you see it done. So you could go to my YouTube channel, Breaking Burnout for Nurses um, podcast. Breaking Burnout for Nurses podcast is my YouTube channel, and there you can watch us do it, and you'll get more benefit from watching it. And then while you're there on my channel, please subscribe, like, subscribe, and share. How about that? Um, okay, so go ahead and let's start. So I would like to use it for stress relief. And about how long does it take to do the tapping session?
So for an average tapping session shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, quite
Okay.
literally.
All right. Well, I think we have time to do that. Maybe everybody should go stop your podcast and go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, Breaking Burnout for Nurses podcast. And then you could watch as Carolyn demonstrates. But she's going to talk us through it. So if you're listening on the podcast, you can figure out what we're doing too. So um, how about that? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, walk us through it then.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is think about a karate chop. And a karate chop, in this case, what we're going to do, there's different ways of doing it, but the easier way on this podcast, what we'll do is side to side. So it's both sides of your hand, you're chopping one side against the other where your pinky is. So you're just literally hitting the side of your hand with the other side of your hand. The other
Okay.
choice is take your four fingers and tap on the side of your hand, which is usually what I teach people. So it's the four fingers of your dominant hand
Mm-hmm.
touching the side below your pinky on the other hand, and you're tapping hard enough to feel it, but not hurting yourself, okay? And
Okay.
again, if you're left-handed, you'll just do it the other way. It
Okay. So it's a
really doesn't
definite
matter,
tap. Okay.
just tapping. And you're tapping fairly fast, not too fast, but fairly fast and not hard. And so we always do what we call a setup. And the setup is we're addressing the issue, and then I'll talk you through it. But what we're doing is initially we're going to acknowledge the problem, then we'll talk about the next step. So going tapping on the side of the hand, and then I'm going to ask you to repeat every phrase. I'll stop and have you repeat it out loud.
Okay.
So even though I have this constricted breath,
Even though I have this constricted breath,
I choose to know I'm okay.
I choose to know I'm okay.
Keep tapping. Even though I have this tension in my breath,
Even though I have this tension in my breath,
I choose to know that I am okay.
I choose to know that I'm okay.
Even though I have this constricted breath,
Even though I have this constricted breath,
I choose to know that I am okay.
I choose to know that I'm okay.
Okay. And then normally I start with asking people to think about how their stress level is on a 0 to 10. So even though we've already started, I would ask you close your eyes, think for a minute on a scale of 0 to 10, zero being nothing, 10 being the most stress. Um, think about where your stress level is right now and where in your body it is. And so you feel it so that you have a place that you can acknowledge. And when you go back to see where you're at, you know exactly where it is. And it helps you to gauge where you're at. So if you think
Okay.
about where in your body your stress is right now, and on a scale of 0 to 10, just think about where it is. And then we're just going to go to the next tapping, and we're going to do two fingers on over the eyebrow where it just before it meets the nose. And you can do both hands or just two. I'm just going to do one hand, but so your first and second finger tapping right where the eyebrow is. And the next one is to the end of where the eyebrow is, right where the bone is on the side of your eye. The next is going to be under your eye, kind of under the iris. Then we're going to go under the nose, right where that little mark under your nose is between your nose and your mouth. Then the groove under your mouth, under on top of the chin, right underneath the lip. The next is going to be the collarbone. And then the final one, I'm standing for this, is kind of where the bra line is. So it's a hand's breadth under your armpit, and that's the last one. So we're going to start with the eyebrow. This constricted breath, and go repeat everything I say. This constricted breath,
This constricted breath,
side of the eye, this tightness in my chest,
this tightness in my chest,
under the eye, this constricted breath,
this constricted breath,
under your nose, this constriction in my chest,
this constriction in my chest,
and under the mouth, this constricted breath,
this constricted breath,
collarbone, this constriction in breath,
this constriction in breath,
then under the arm, this tightness in my chest.
this tightness in my chest.
Now, top of the head, and that would be where the part line is going back to front with your 4 fingers. And it's this tightness in my breath.
This tightness in my breath.
Now, back to the side of the hand, karate chop. Even though I still have some of this constricted breath, I am okay now.
Even though I still have some of this constricted breath, I am okay now.
Even though there is still some constriction in my breath,
even though there is still some constriction in my breath,
I am okay now.
I am okay now.
Even though I still feel some tension in my breath,
even though I still feel some tension in my breath,
I am okay now.
I am okay now.
Now, eyebrow, this remaining constriction in my breath,
this remaining constriction in my breath,
out to the side of the eye, this remaining tension in my breath,
this remaining tension in my breath,
under the eye, this remaining constriction in my chest,
this remaining constriction in my chest,
under the mouth, this remaining constriction,
this remaining constriction,
collarbone, the remaining constriction in my breath,
remaining constriction in my breath,
and to the side. I am allowing myself to feel,
I am allowing myself to feel,
top of the head, my body and my breath relax.
my body and my breath relax.
Eyebrow, feeling reduced tension.
Feeling reduced tension.
To the side of the eye, relaxing now.
Relaxing now.
Under your eye, feeling more relaxed.
Feeling more relaxed.
Under the nose, relaxing now.
Relaxing now.
Chin, feeling more relaxed.
Feeling more relaxed.
Collarbone, as I allow myself to relax.
As I allow myself to relax.
Side, more and more relaxed.
More and more relaxed.
Top of the head, feeling myself relaxing more and more as the day goes by.
Feeling myself relaxing more and more as the day goes by.
And deep breath in and out. And one more in and out. And as you think about where you were before from a 0 to 10, I would ask you to re-gauge and see where you're at. And hopefully you've moved at least 1 or 2 points. And if more, that's even better. And then you can redo it a second time and get your stress to be even lower.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey, okay, so now I need to get your script. So can you send me your script and then I can put it on my website for everybody to go and get? And people probably want to follow you on your social media. So what are your social media links?
So you can find me at carolyncahn.com. It's CarolynCah like Harry and like Nancy. And I have my website at .com. And then I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Facebook. And I welcome you to follow me.
Okay, great. So, oh boy, that was very, I mean, I feel so good. I wasn't all that stressed actually. Um, but I know when I feel my stress, uh, it's mostly in my shoulders. That's where I seem to carry my stress. So that's where I would concentrate, right? I mean, um, I would, I would notice my stress there, and and then that's where I would gauge if I'm relieved or not, or need a little bit more tapping. So, and that was very quick. It really doesn't take too much time, and boy, that can really kind of relieve stress during just right in the middle of your day. You have a little bad thing going on at work or something. Yeah, that's a nice.
So I
Uh,
actually have saved, and I invite people to do this, is take your cell phone, record it, and if
okay,
you're having a truly stressful episode, go to the bathroom, take a bathroom break,
yeah,
and literally, for the few minutes it takes, sit there and just do tapping on the royal throne. There's
yes,
no
yes. Oh,
reason that you can't sit there and do that.
that's yeah, we're
Mhm.
taskers, aren't we? Okay, that's wonderful. Oh well, I even though I wasn't having that much stress, I feel very relaxed right now, so it probably just helps for that too. Well, I want to thank you again, Carolyn, for being on my show. Like I said, you're going to be my resident guest because you have a lot of great experiences with nursing and out of nursing also. So I want to thank you again. And I just wanted to mention that I am working on becoming a CE provider, continuing education provider for nurses. So it's kind of a process, but I'm going through it right now, and I will be able to offer continuing education courses probably starting in 2026. So please look forward to that. And please uh, look forward to being a podcast guest. Go to my website, breakingburnout.com, and go to the podcast tab and fill out an application to be a guest on my show. Otherwise, I will see everybody next Monday at 10 a.m. So thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you.